Listen, I'll pay you 100 times more than you're being paid now.
Wow. Why?
Just tell me where Olivia is planning to take her kids this holiday and see how money pours on your door the next minute.
And if I don't?
You don't understand, do you? Forget the money. You have a sister and she has a kid, right? Don't you at least care for them? What if something is to happen to them?
Mrs. Clark knew very well how to play the evil game. She started threatening Agent Green with possibly harming the only family he had. Will Agent Green succumb to the fear?
You do realize you're threatening me, right?
Look, I'm just trying to make this mutually beneficial. So, do I have your interest?
Interest? I don't know. But I do have a recording. Every sweet word you just spoke. Want to know the list of places I might play this in?
What?
You heard me, lady. Get away from me this very instant or I'll call the cops.
Fine. I'll go. But my offer stands, okay? Think about it.
Mrs. Clark walked away, but Agent Green was troubled. He immediately broke the news to Olivia.
Well, let's call it a night now.
Miss Smith, a word please. Alone.
You don't seem fine, Agent Green. Everything okay?
When he narrated the whole incident with Mrs. Clark, Olivia couldn't help but panic. What if Mrs. Clark told her ex Ethan about the kids? What if they take her kids away from her?
I don't even know how to react, but you... Oh my God, this must be terrible for you. Please, feel free to leave this job. I totally understand. Family comes first.
This family is mine too, Miss Smith. Because to me, duty comes first.
Oh shoot, I can't miss this tomorrow. But the kids...
I'll be more vigilant than ever, Miss Smith. And I'd suggest that for you too.
I can't believe I'm gonna spend time with Ethan again. If not for digging dirt on David, I'd rather skip this event. Might help with the evidence for your case anyway, Liv. Stay hard. Don't fall for his fake nice face. He cheated you, remember? With your sister! Ethan!
Daydreaming in the middle of a busy road? Let's go. The expo must have begun already.
Olivia couldn't ignore the butterflies in her stomach as she looked at Ethan's handsome face. Ever since their last business trip in Boston, there is no denying that some old feelings had surfaced for both of them, but both wanted to hide it.
So, where do we begin? This was your boss Matthew's idea anyway.
Let's find David first.
David? David who?
For a second, Olivia's world froze. How could she carelessly reveal the real name of William Price, their case opponent, and maybe her father?
I meant David. David's son. Software. Oh yes, thank God.
Thank God? For what?
For their arrival, of course. Because they should definitely be here with some interesting new products. Wanna check them out?
Nah. I think our first task should be to find William Price.
Exactly. 100% let's do that.
Both started getting along with the crowd while trying to keep an eye on William Price. After all, the man hid a million secrets. But then, suddenly, Olivia turned back to see Ethan was not with her. Where could he be?
Huh. Of course he was with the ladies. But why do I feel a bit jealous? Liv, he's your ex-husband. He can flirt with anyone he wants. Get over it. God, he's here. I must get Ethan. Ethan! Ah!
Liv, careful.
Ethan caught her right before she could crash on the floor. But wait, did he call her Liv? It must have been years since he called her that. Olivia was mesmerized by this as she got lost in his eyes for a few seconds.
Yeah, thanks. I'm all right. Ouch!
You need help?
No, I'm fine. I'll change into my flats and dress this scraped knee, too. By myself. See you in a moment.
Hey, you sure you don't need help?
And moments later, when she exited the bathroom, she heard someone calling her name. Who was this handsome stranger?
Olivia Smith? It's so nice to finally meet you.
Likewise.
Likewise? Why would she say that? She didn't even know who this man was. And right then, Ethan saw them together and his anger knew no bounds.
What are you doing with Andrew, Olivia? Don't ever talk with this fraud.
As Ethan and Andrew exchanged death stares, Olivia stood perplexed by this lesser-known side of Ethan. He's always known to be a composed man, especially in social places. He wouldn't just yell like that. What has this Andrew done to drive him that mad?
Let go, Ethan, please.
Apologies, Miss Smith. I didn't introduce myself the right way. I'm Andrew White.
Andrew White? Wow, I've known a lot about your campaigns. You're so great at your job. I'm glad I saw you in person here.
Actually, I'll be joining Clark Corporations as the lead of the creative team.
Ethan and Andrew will be working together? How will this be possible with them standing on such opposite poles?
I just can't believe he's gonna work with us.
Then why hire him? Want to tell me what happened between you two?
This guy is a hotshot creative exec who rose to fame way too quickly. You know what? We both, in fact, moved to New York together. But then, one by one, he started burning down a lot of my friends from business. He can kill a company from within. Very talented at that.
No wonder you hate him. So the board at your company hired him without your interest?
I was outvoted. And with the lawsuit going on, he can easily find a way to remove me from the company.
You're afraid he'll destroy Clark Corporation that way? You are your company, Ethan. No such thing will happen.
Not just me. He'll take down both of us. Be careful around him.
Tensed, Olivia now had one more thing to be worried about. As she was spying on William Price, there were two other people plotting against her. Obviously, Mia and Mrs. Clark.
You're sure nobody followed you here? If you're caught, our plan to expose the kids to Ethan will be ruined.
I'm very sure no one followed me. Now tell me, what are we meeting for now?
I was wondering if we can change the color of the sky from blue to pink. Any ideas? You foolish girl. We just have one goal now. Exposing Olivia and kids to Ethan. And we're failing in that attempt time and again. How do we get them to meet on Thanksgiving?
Only 4 people know about her kids. You, me, her best friend, Hannah, and her boss, Matthew. So if someone is to invite her and her kids, it must be one among us 4.
That's a very good point. You're finally making use of your useless brain. So, if it can't be me or you, Hannah is always with her won't look believable. It has to be Matthew.
I'll ensure the plan works this time. I'm going to pretend to be Matthew myself and invite them for Thanksgiving.
Great. Can't believe we're so close to tearing off her mask.
Totally unaware of this plotting, Olivia tucked her kids in bed so peacefully when suddenly her phone rang.
Matthew, hi.
Hey, Olivia, just wanted to check how the day went.
Matthew was one of the very few people in the city who really cared about her. So she decided to hide the mess about Andrew because she didn't want him to worry unnecessarily.
Everything was fine, Matthew. Nothing illegal was going on around William Price as we suspected.
That's so refreshing to hear from you.
Suddenly, Olivia's phone buzzed with a message. It was an email from the DNA service agency she was expecting. Olivia started shaking as she held the phone in her hand.
Olivia, you there? Hello?
Olivia just couldn't talk. Her fingers slided over the email and clicked on it, and it was indeed the DNA test result. What did it say? Could Olivia be William Price's biological daughter, or would her quest still continue?
Hi, Olivia here. Please click on the link in description to listen to the full audio series. You can watch the next episode here in the playlist.